Welcome, one and all, to another gardening video. I literally live in the garden at the moment, and I'm loving it. But I've got various different things to put out, and I've got issues galore with my soil. I don't know about anybody else, but the soil in my garden is like clay. You get so far down and it's like chalk and stodgy, and it's just really unpleasant. So I'm doing this voiceover at the moment for part of this video, and then I'm going to the garden centre and I'm going to get some nice soil for my wisteria, because only the best for little Miss Wisteria. How is everyone? I hope you're all really good. I hope you're all well. I don't know about anywhere else in the world right now, weather-wise, but where I am, it's like sunshine, and you're fooled into thinking, oh, it's a nice day today. But it's flipping chilly. I'm walking around with goosebumps all over me. Yes, and I'm not enjoying it. Not a single fraction. But I'm really looking forward to getting into the garden centre and getting back so I can finish off what I've started. I don't know what I'm supposed to do, but I've got a very tall tree outside the front. And, oh yeah, I was going to see if there was any compost in here that I could use for little Miss Wisteria. And I found something in there. Look away if you don't like garden snakes. Yes, there it is. I thought, oh, maybe it's not alive. It's still on the screen. And I got a stick and I was like, maybe if I just touch the orange and see if it moves. And it moved. So I was like, oh, no. No. I'm not taking any compost out of there for the rest of the year because it's in there. And apparently they like it in there because it's nice and hot. It's a nice little place for them to hide out. I was like, no. Skip that. I'll get some nice fresh soil from the garden centre. And I'm going to go on to do my grape tree. So I've got this little grapevine tree, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. And I got it also for my birthday, and I'm like, right, sticking this in the ground. I did a bit of research, and apparently you're supposed to have it about 8 inches away from the fence, so it gives a good room for its roots. I am no gardener. I will add that. So I'm just going by Google. Yes. Anyway, I'm popping it in here so that I can train it to grow either along the pergola sidewall or along the fence, and just see how we go. If I need to add any more structure for it, then I'll do so. But at the moment, I'm quite happy where it is. And it's doing all right. Because I planted that about 3 days ago. And so far, it's doing all right. And I did say that I need to go to the tip. Well, the morning has come. I am getting all this junk. So there was 4 bags of general waste. And the rest of it is all garden. Chase kept trying to come out the gate with me, bless his heart, and I'm like, no, because once you get out onto the driveway, that's it. You'll be off. I can't tell you how many times I've had to pick him up from a vet across the other side of town. I don't think I've ever told you that, but I've done it loads. Like, he goes out and then he just gets so excited, he doesn't listen at all, and he will just run. And yeah, one time it was really, really sweet because I couldn't find him and I was crying. I was going everywhere. I was calling the vets, nothing. And about an hour and a half had passed, and he had gone to, he aimed to go to my mum's house, which is not far from me, because he loves her dog. They're like soul brothers. Yeah, same age, grew up together, bless their hearts. Anyway, he went to go to my mum's, and my mum's friend saw him running in the street, so she picked him up and took him in hers. So he nearly made it. If he had just gone 5 or 6 more doors, he would have been all right. But at least he knows his way. I'll give him that. Dopey dog. But yeah, a lot of this is garden stuff. And when you take garden stuff to the tip, you have to empty out the bags. So I took that to the tip. And then on the next day, move the carriage out of the way, because I need to tackle around this cherry tree. Now, I really do set myself some stupid challenges. And this one broke me, because the pain in my back today is absolutely diabolical. Like, I can't straighten my back properly without the muscles feeling bruised. And when I bend, the pain! Good Lord above. So look at it. Just feast your eyes on this absolute chaos. We've got those sticky weeds. You know the ones I said about before that you can launch at people's backs and it just sticks to them. So we've got those going on here. I've got my Christmas tree. My Christmas tree is just sat there, festering since December, and I've got so much rubble, it's a joke. So the rubble we have to pay for at the tip, and I understand that it's heavy, it's bulky, and you know, I'm grateful for a tip regardless, because having a tip is amazing. You know, it's a free place that you can just get rid of your junk. Parcel turned up. Yes, had to have my photo taken to say that, yes, it was collected. And then Nick sends me the picture, laughing at me just standing there like a lemon on the driveway. But yeah, I've taken up the note of popping the Christmas tree into a you are flipping legends. Legends. Mavis Grimwood, you've done me a good un, you have. You've done me a good un, and I am so grateful, because that works a treat. It's still in my car now. It's sat behind me. And I need to take it to the tip, but I'm taking it to the garden centre with me. And I'll just go to the tip when I get 5 minutes to do so. But I decided I'm going to move some of this rubble in a naughty little destination. And to do that, I need the wheelbarrow. So I emptied out all the wood under the tree there, which is Sam's little bush thing that he calls planty. And I thought, right, I know what I'm doing. I was so like, yes, I can do this. No, Gabby, you can't. And you failed. I did fail miserably. But the spiders that were in this rubble was disgusting. Like, there was these burgundy looking ones with really big bobbly bodies and like really close front legs. It was disgusting. And then you had the big black ones that were high up, you know, the high risers. Yes. I was like, no. So I had to be really careful. So around the side of the summer house, I'm going to show you what it looks like. So around the side, you know, it's like this. And at the back, it's like this. This happened during a storm and it's never been really fixed. And it's just an absolute eyesore. But thankfully, it's at the back of the summer house and you can't see it. But the cats love it down here. It's like this little den. And we always say, because Nala and Pans are off their heads, it's their little crack shack down here. Yes, the cat crack shack. But the fence needs to be mended. It's something that we're in the process of. But between the fences is no man's land. So therefore, being no man's land between the gardens, I thought, I'm going to put all the rubble down there. Well, there was way too much rubble. There was just way too much, and it was killing me. The wheelbarrow was so heavy that it felt like the tyre was flat. And I was just like, I know I can't. I can't. It's very rare for me to say I can't, and I won't. But with that, no. There were some builder's sand left in this bag, which I found in there. And I was like, oh, I know where you're going, sunshine. Yes. I took you straight down there and I got on it. Yes, I did. And not only that, I then used the bag for something else, which is a bit more sensible. But at the same time, I'm still not overly happy with it. So these slabs, I whipped them back up, these heavy little bad boys. I will not tell you what I was calling these while I was lifting them. Yes, it's very, very unpleasant, very unladylike. But I got all the builder sand and I chucked it all in there to get it a bit more flat, because where I put the slabs, it was raised a little bit and I was like, it's bugging me. Things like that really, really bug me and I don't like it. But this worked a treat. And it doesn't come off your hands. Like, it is the most sticky sand. It was ridiculous. I thought I could just dust my hands off on a bit of grass and it would be all right. But no. Stuck to me like those weeds. But eventually got it to how I felt comfortable. Yes, I did. I did try to use the spade, the old shovel, and trying to level it out a bit. But all it was doing was raising up the soil underneath, because it's very soft under all there. And it wasn't doing me justice. And I think I cut my finger there where I swiped between the two slabs. I tried to get sand out of the way. But I had it in my head that I could clear the corner, put the bag in the corner, and then put all the rubble inside in the bag in the corner. Yes, look at my finger. I cut in the nail and I made a slice and dice on that little digit. But it wasn't going to stop me. I thought, no, I'm ploughing through it. So I started to move the rubble out of the way, and so I could put the bag in. Oh my goodness me, my back. But it's worth it because it has made an improvement. But I need to put netting around this cherry tree. I think I was trying to say that at the beginning. I need to put netting around the cherry tree, and I don't know how I'm going to do it because it's really high. But if I don't do it, all the cherries are going to go to the birds, and I want the cherries and the kids want the cherries. So I'm just like, plough through it, Gabby. Plough on through it. So with the bag being in place, I started loading all the rubble into the bag, and it does make a huge difference. You do see it looks so much more tidier. I've then just got to plan what I'm going to do with this area. Is Nick going to continue doing the tiling, or do I do like a flower area? I think a flower area would be really nice. But I'm going to the garden centre today, so I'll have a little look, see what I can find, and just go from there. But it does look so much more better. Right, I've just been to the garden centre and I've come back with way more than I intended to bring back. I went for soil. I wanted to get some nice compost for the old little Miss Wisteria, and I've come back with all sorts. It's amazing in there. Amazing. It's huge. And I've been through the best drive-through I've ever been in my life. It wasn't a food one. No. It's a compost one. They've got a compost drive-through. You literally, you come out the garden centre, you go to your car, you drive around the side, sort of slightly at the back, and you drive in, you tell the staff what you want, or you can have a little look, see, and they put it in the boot of the car for you. And then you drive around to the little bay window, you pay, and the barrier goes up and you leave. It's the best drive-through I've ever had. I was like, yes. Well, they recommended that this was the, because I asked, I want only the best. Only the best. And they said this would be the best one. It's rose and shrub compost. It will be best for wisteria to grow nice and healthy. So I got that one, and she will be tied to that post and grow up that way. And I also picked up the most beautiful, strong scented rose. I fell in love with it. They have abundance of roses. I am going to go there just to film. Because this is a new one for me. This isn't the one I've previously talked about, but the last one, the last garden centre, is like bare compared to this. Like, it is bare. I picked up this rose. It's called Thank You Rose Hybrid Tea. And I'm not joking. It smells so rich. It's like if you mixed Earl Grey with Turkish Delight. And it's really high scented. So I was like, oh, I can't leave you behind. I can't. They had David Austin roses in there. They were £20. And the one I got, which is, I don't know what the Harkness rose is, they were £15. And I grabbed the one that was £15 because it called me. It was the first one I found. And I'm a bit like that. I get set in ways. Like if I found the David Austin one first, I'd be like, right, I have to get you because I spotted you first. Or if I see a colour, and I'm like, right, I want this sort of colour now, and I found the colour in the first one I've seen, I wouldn't want to go for any other because, yeah, it's weird. I've got a weird thing like that. But I'm planting her here because, one, there's never been a rose here. Two, there is a rose next to her, and I'm hoping that's not going to interfere. If someone can let me know down below, I really hope it's not going to interfere. I think it'll be okay. But I want to build a seating area, like a little arch, and I really want that wagon. I want that wagon bench. But it would be nice to do it somewhere near there so I can smell that rose. These pots, these are osteospermums. Yes, I hope I've said that right. And I got these for Jensen because he asked if I could buy him some perennial plants. So I found those and I thought they were absolutely beautiful. So I'm leaving those there potted in place for him so that he can plant those because he built that little border himself and he wanted to grow stuff there. So I was like, that's fine. And Elliot wanted me to get him strawberries and I thought he meant strawberries to grow. And I was like, but we've already just brought a load of strawberries to grow. And he was like, but I want strawberries. I was like, oh, okay. I didn't bring back strawberries that you could eat there and then is what he wanted. But I brought him ones to grow. So we've got extra strawberries growing. But this is the most magical part of my garden. And it was only £10. I genuinely want to go back and buy more because they are so beautiful. So this was £10. And I didn't think it was going to be as amazingly beautiful as it actually is. So I've popped it in this little bay here for Jensen's flowers. So it looks like they're watering the osteospermums. And you wait when it gets dark. I'm not joking. Minnie loves it. She approves. I was in bed last night and I was like, oh, it's got dark out there. I need to go and check. And my heart melted. I hobbled out because I've got a problem with my foot again. I'm walking on bone. But these lights are a little bit, they're not giving. They're not giving. They're great. But they don't look as good. Well, they would look as good as they do on the box if you did it that way. But you'd need about 5 boxes to do it. And I'm not good with measurements. So if I'm somewhere and it says, oh, it's like 200 metres or 20 metres. I'll be like, I ain't got a clue. I haven't got a clue. And just hope for the best. So I do need to get another box. But at first I was going to put them here. So it started at the wisteria and would go up and then go along. But then it dawned on me that Nala likes to climb this. And the last time I had lights there, as she climbed, she clawed the wire in. So I was like, no, I better not put it there. I'm going to start it on this side because she doesn't climb this side. So yeah, I've placed it here and I've put a wire in, little green bit of garden wire in to hold it in place for the old solar panel. Yes. And then it was the absolute fun and games of absolute hell that came upon me, because not only am I doing this video, at the same time Nick is doing a customer's bike. So he doesn't always work from home. It's very rare he works from home. But it just so happens that at the time I wanted to do a garden video, because I've got so much I want to do out here and get on top of, he had a customer's bike. And I'm like, no. So I can't decorate in here as much as I wanted to. But getting these lights up was a nightmare, because I had to be really careful of the customer's bike. And I had to go back and forth with the ladder, trying to get it all in place. And at first I was winding the wire round, like putting it round a beam to then go to the next beam and then round the beam. And I thought, you absolute silly Gabby. I ended up having to take all of it back down because it didn't reach all the way as far as I wanted it to. Like barely anywhere near. So I took it all down again and realised, you know what I should be doing? I should just be putting like wire around and then attaching the string to the wire, not looping it round. So I started cutting some wire strips and putting them in place to where I was going to put the lights, and it did make a big difference. It gave me a little bit more lighting on the pergola. I'll show you in a minute how I've done it. But Jensen, bless his heart, has come back from school and he was really excited to plant his osteospermums. I hope I was saying that right. Am I saying it right? I don't know. Anyway, it's absolutely pouring down rain today. It's windy as hell. It's miserable, and I've got to go to B&M, and I don't want to. Yes, but I'm going to. I've got so much excitement. Look, there you go. Look. I've got excitement because I know what I need to get in there. But look, much better. Just tie some string bits round and attach it to that. That's the washing line. Kept getting tangled in that, and I did. I got entangled in that washing line so many times. Nick had to help me. But there we go. That looks so much better. We've got strawberries of various variations growing. Yes, and they do grow rapid, don't they, strawberries? People that grow strawberries will know. They grow rapid. They like to just spawn out all over the place. And yeah, I'm really excited though, because it'd be nice to have our own strawberries, because strawberries cost an absolute fortune. Although right now, if you've got a nectar card, they're selling them for £1. Yes, normally £2.25 if you've got a nectar card at the moment. So the lights all up and everything planted. Everything is in place. At night, all the excitement looks absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to share it with you right now. Look at this. Look at that. There needs to be more lights because it's bothering with my OCD that it's not all symmetrical. There's a little bit on the left there you can see going round. I thought that was just the wiring. I didn't realise there was lights attached to that bit. But that's just me. But it looks so cosy and so nice. I really like it. And you can change it to like bright lights or flashing or like flickering. I like it on the gold and just on consistent. And look, my favourite. Look at that. So beautiful. Stay tuned, my lovely people, because I'm going to be doing a giveaway for these bad boys because they're insane and I want to give back because I love them. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you lovely people in my next one.